And when we serve, it breaks us. And when I think I heard, I don't know if I heard, well, I just heard someone say, yes, it's actually this gentleman. I was so impressed by him. He's a movie producer. And talk about destiny. You got to look him up. Franklin, what is it? Enterprises, I think he's called. He got promoted him up with Will Smith to work on his movies, then Columbia, then Sony. Do you all know about him? He was on just a little talk show, and he is an amazing man of God. Sound, solid in the Word. He and his wife waited before marriage, living in Hollywood. He's written a book on it. It's a bestseller, Hollywood Success. It's called. It's a bestseller, and he's making movies. He's been on movies with Will Smith. And she kept saying, she was talking about divine connections. How did that happen? How did you get there? How did that? And he said, well, I was a Christian boy in the Pentecostal church, and I told him I just felt I was supposed to make movies. And they said, no, he could preach. I said, you're supposed to be a pastor. He said, I didn't think so. And he said, no matter what. She said, how did you do that without someone supporting your dreams? He said, I just knew. He said, I just knew. I listened to him, but I just knew. So this young boy already knew as a young boy he was supposed to do that. And the steps that he had, so I'm telling you, here's a divine connection. He was working in a little internship, and one of Will Smith's screenwriters happened to be working there. So when he made the big move to LA, he looked that guy up. One interview, one internship, and he was working for Will Smith. Come on. The dream, the vision, you know, holding on to it, knowing it in his belly it was going to happen, because he was so humble but confident. I was so impressed. I said, God, there's hope for Hollywood.
That's right.
There's hope for Hollywood. There's
Hollywood.
hope for Hollywood. Let this man rise to the top and produce all these films. You know, and he was working on some really amazing ones. But I was blessed that he was solid. He was solid. He was living in that heathen place, and he stayed a solid Christian. He and his wife made a commitment to hold themselves for marriage as possible. And now that thing's being preached all over. They're impressed. Why would it be a bestseller if even the world wasn't interested? Come on. They want to know it's for real.
That's
they
right.
want to know our faith is for real. Amen.
Amen.
So now Boaz, here's another divine connection. Boaz. He declares over Ruth that she's going to receive the full reward from the Lord. I love that. And she will be protected under his wings. So prophesy is happening through this man. He doesn't even know. I don't believe he knows who he is. We don't even know if he's having any thoughts about anything other than being blessed by her servanthood. And he began to be her redeemer. He started to protect her. He removed the reproach from her. He said, don't touch her, don't harm her. And they kept talking about molested. It must have been common of being molested. You know, you are not going to be molested. And he's going to provide for her. I love this. This was before he knew this was his relative. Now think about the prodigal. Think about us. 29 years I had to live this crazy life. I think I could have died without knowing God, but God had his hand. The kinsman redeemer was keeping our lives. You know, the ones that we're talking about, they maybe took drugs till they should have died, and they're still alive for some reason. That protection that came from the Lord and Savior, and we can believe that. I don't care how wayward the children are. I don't care how far away. God's hand is on them. We got to act like it. No self-pity, no prayers that are without faith, because he said it's not pleasing God.
That's right.
We're praying a prayer that's just total doubt and unbelief. Just tell your sister to shut up. Let's pull out a word, because you're obviously struggling with faith right now. Right? We got to help each other to walk by faith.
Amen.
Kinsman redeemer, someone who acts on behalf of a relative in trouble or great need. They buy back, recover, save, repossess, redeem someone. And this was from a law of Leviticus, where a widow was taken as a wife, land was redeemed, and then the children carried on the